Welcome to Modern Mystic Messages. I'm Teresa. If this is your first time stopping by, thank you so much for clicking on the video. And if you are returning, welcome back, soul family. This one tonight, y'all, I actually pulled this reading earlier, but buckle up. It's going to be, it's a bigger reading than I would normally pull. It was a personal reading, but it was so good that I was going to record it anyway to share with my twin flame. And then I was like, you know what? No, because it may have some relevance to someone else. And the reason I say that, when I first got off work tonight, I was a little bit stressed, got called into a meeting at the last minute and was an hour late getting off work and all that good stuff. So before I sat down, I was determined I was going to read for you all tonight. And I promise you, after I finish this, I'm going to get the table ready again. I got your deck separate. I'm not using any of these in this spread that we're getting ready to do. But as I was winding down, I decided to listen to something on YouTube. And earlier I had queued up a couple of readings that I wanted to listen to after I finished my spiritual work for the night. And so I started listening to a reading from Lightworks Intuitive Healings. And the title of the reading was, So What's Stopping You? And it was longer than I had planned, but I was like, you know what, I'm going to sit down and listen. When I tell you, that sister was all up in she was all on me like white on rice. I've been part of her collective since her channel was very, very small. And she's tapped into the energy on multiple occasions, so I wasn't surprised. But I mean, right down to the letter of everything going on. And so much so that, like I said, I came in and I was charging my phone and getting shuffling the cards and all of that. And so I decided to pull some cards for myself just to kind of get that out of the way, get out of my head so I can read for you guys. And for you tonight, I'm going back to old school cards. So I decided to pull some other old school, like I said, some of the first decks that I got to just get some of the more traditional messages. And then I pulled some oracle cards, and it was like, because I came out here, we're going to just get started. I'll show you what came out, because it was, it was a trip. It was a little trippy after listening to her reading and what she touched on. And then some of that came right there with, and then the way the oracle cards wrapped around was pretty incredible. So if you are somebody that's been feeling like you're called for something big, like really big, you see it, you know it. It's not even that you doubt that it's coming, but it ain't coming just yet, and you don't know how things are lining up, and been feeling kind of stuck and trying to call in love or manifest, all of that. Check that reading out, because there may be some relevance there too. If you've been finding relevance in some of my more personal readings, I highly encourage you to go check it out. Lightworks Intuitive Healing. Beautiful sister. She be on it. But anywho, right after that, so I went into that. I'm listening to a reading on what's stopping you. And then these cards came out. Balance. And again, I'm following along the basic meanings of the positions of the Celtic cross. Then we have here at the cross is this Three of Cups celebration. Now at the root of the issue, King of Cups. And then the past position, or what you're going to learn from the situation, the Nine of Pentacles, that's luxury, opulence, that satisfaction. But we got a a Three of Swords here, heartbreak. And that's in kind of in the Spirit's position, or like what's at the head of the matter, what's at the head of the matter. Position 3 is at the root. This is at the crown or the head of the matter. In position 6 in the near future, Queen of Cups. And interestingly enough, I am a Cancer. Queen of Cups often shows up as my card. But then in the number 7 position, like your current situation for the Queen of Swords, being decisive, making a decision, overcoming this heartbreak kind of scenario, because the Queen of Cups is soft and gentle and she's so loving and kind, and she's the eternal mother and all of that. The Queen of Swords is the one, yeah, she's nice and she's generous and all that, but she'll cut it low when she got to. Off with your head. If you come wrong, Queen of Swords is not trying to hear that. And honestly, in the healing of this, I had to shift some of this into this. Then we have the Five of Wands here. That is downright competition. And I'm lining these up a little bit better because something very interesting started showing in the cards. And like I say again, the way the cards line up, I just wanted y'all to see it. Especially if you love tarot, you just wait. And hopes and fears, the Three of Wands, is it really coming in? Three of Wands is somebody looking for their ships to come in. And in the 9th position of the Celtic Cross, that's kind of where we're at. In the 10th position, the outcome, the Ace of Swords. That's the truth from the divine. So I'm like, okay, this is looking pretty good, Spirit. Okay, I see y'all. I ain't even mad at you. Thank you at least for that. Now, this King of Cups, you would think would be a good thing because that's a loving, kind, all the rest of that. But what's keeping you stuck? This is at the heart of the matter. Keep paying attention, y'all, because I clarified those with another older deck that I've had. And this is my very first deck. And ironically, now this is the real funny part, because what she was talking about, what's keeping you stuck, this right here, and like I said, keep watching. One of the reasons I've never used this deck on the channel is because I used to read for in fact, take it back, I read for 2 of the karmic soulmates that I had to cut loose because I was so blinded by them. They was in that friend position and all the rest of that, and all the time throwing evil eye, or even the ones that wasn't willfully doing it, just enough of keeping that negative toxic energy around was keeping me stuck. All the time smiling, all the time being benevolent, wouldn't hurt a fly. In fact, low-key tried to make me feel like the bad guy when I finally said enough and cut ties with them. In this first position here, finding this balance, we have the Emperor here. And I'm going to offset them a little bit the way I initially, the spread gets a little messy looking that way, but when I started laying the cards out, I think you'll see why. And then, because it was like a stair-step effect, this balance in the Emperor is coming here with the Knight of Swords in this celebration. In my instance, my twin is a younger Aquarian, so that was very fitting. But between this celebration and the King of Cups was clarifying, 8 of Swords, stuck right there. That's what let me know that that King of Cups was not the smiling, all beneficial, beautiful that we thought he was. And between the King of Cups and this opulence, this 9 of Wands, what's laying between? Death, rebirth. Between the opulence and the 3 of Swords, 4 of Cups, apathy, introspection. And the Tower is here with the Queen of Cups. And Lord knows I had a big tower. But like I said, I took some of my folks when I went into hermit mode. Unfortunately, the biggest causers of my tower, I raked into my cave with me. Because they were the last shreds of friends, family, whatever sense of normalcy I thought I was supposed to have. I didn't know my hermit mode spirit wasn't playing. It was supposed to be hermit mode for real. And until I got to that point, I'm at the point now I have 2, maybe 3 people outside of work that I talk to with any kind of regularity, and they're not even daily basis. I have a girlfriend that jumped a couple of timelines with me, and I was shocked because for a while I thought we had parted company forever in life, and she came back around, and I was led back to her for a completely different reason. However, as we've changed timelines and realities and stuff, and I'm aware that we really have, she is one of my personal Mandela effects. One of the main details of her life is different now than when I met her a decade ago, or 16 years, or 16 years ago? I don't know. Anyway, I met her a long time ago, and what she told me about herself and how she got her name It's completely different than what she remembers now. We almost got into words about it. So I know that very few of the people that I started this walk in life with am I still truly with. But them last few, oh, they was hanging in tooth and nail. And they were the crux of my problem at that point. And between this Queen of Cups and Queen of Swords, victory. Six of Wands. Queen of Swords and this competition. Right here up under this King of Cups, competition and the Lovers. And truthfully, in that case, at least one, I actually had 3 folks that I know was throwing me some energetic shade. Not saying they were being malicious and doing spell work and all that. One of the 3 was. But the others, it was more about just what they selfishly wanted. They were bad for my life, toxic for my life, never did me any good. And one of them, like you say, in the sense of humanity, I forgive and love them to death, but was literally the cause of almost 20 years of my life being spent in less than, and not being treated fairly and being on the downside of all of that, and was still upset when I cut them loose. And trying to keep me, not and knowing you can't have me romantically, but not wanting me to find love, because me finding love would cut me off of their energy. So it was, as long as I stayed single and all that, we cool like the other side of the pillow, cool like a fan. The moment I find love in my life, started bringing me hell and confusion, trying to keep me apart. And it worked for a while. Page of Wands is here. The Page of Wands is known to be kind of flighty. But that can also be a younger fire sign. And again, younger, and he is a fire moon. So if you look at it in that aspect of what you're heading towards, there we are, with the opulence offset by, there and there, which is good, but this cutting off had to happen. And then here we have the High Priestess and the Ace of Swords, and these two came out together. It was an 11th card, but the Fool was here, the spiritual journey. Then we have Door to Spirit is in the root position. Door to Value is the Cross. This blossoming abundance, once you get this snake out the way, is here at the root of the situation. That's what I'm trying to manifest. Because everything else, like I said, in doing the spiritual work and the healing, I found the love. But we both, as mirroring twins, we're going through the same kinds of karmic cycles, not even knowing it, because we didn't really ever talk about our exes that much and what we were going through when we talked, because we live 5,000 miles apart. It's what we're doing now and how we feel about each other and missing each other and communicating on that level. We weren't bringing a lot of negativity into it. But the more I found out about him, come to find out, from 5,000 miles away and quite a few years difference age gap, we're still basically going through that same experience. True mirroring twins. But the angel of balance was there for both of us in both of our almost simultaneous tower moments and hermit modes. We got a chance to kind of separate from the world a little bit, and in doing that, we started evolving into something else spiritually. Both of us, we are nowhere near where, like I said, our spiritual focus today and the nature of our relationship is nothing like it was when we first met. We would not be together today if we had not spiritually evolved. That I do know for sure. Now, with this Four of Cups and this apathy, the Three of Swords, we have the first chakra. That is our sense of stability, our core. And for me, absolutely, that was one of the things that I had to do in this death, rebirth, and tower situation. It took me almost 2 years of of hermit mode, to even be able to get to the point that I had finally had enough and cut all of them off. But once I did and found this grounding, started doing that inner work, the inner child work, dark night of the soul, with all of that, the shift came. The relationship started, like, we really started understanding the divinity in how we met each other and how the relationship was developing from the friendship to more. And I mean, because he was always clear, and then he's a very more naturally given person. He didn't ask. I was a doubting Thomas and listening to all of the rhetoric in my head and broken dreams from broken women and American misogynistic toxic masculinity in feminine women, and because that's exactly what we have here happening in America. All these young modern feministic, all of that stuff was in my head primarily because I had been, as more of my story unfolds, and I will get to telling it eventually, but this is a part I didn't think I was going to be talking about now, but from what's getting ready to ramp up, we getting ready to pull a rabbit out of a hat in front of thin air, and it's going to be a very public thing, I think. So like I said, these cards were too good not to share. But yeah, after this Tower, door to romance, patience, and it has taken that. I never could understand why in the world we couldn't. Now, we both did single parenthood and all of that. We both went through poverty cycles and all of that, but you would think that we'd have been able to figure out how to get it together to get on a plane and come see each other. You would think. People do it all the time. It didn't happen every time we tried to make plans. Something would happen, put a monkey wrench in it. It required patience. Now we have the wisdom to understand that we were kept apart for focus and for spiritual development, so that we could step into service, into this lover's position, because what we're getting ready to do with the blossoming abundance, we ain't manifesting abundance just for ourselves. Once we figured out that we were trying to figure out how law of attraction works, and that was primarily my quest, but he just, like I said, when he started evolving, but I wanted to learn how to do that. And then when the vision started lining up and we understood that you can become an actual creator, and it starts with, on the other side of the veil, we intentionally built very beautiful, specific realities and things of what to do with that blossoming abundance for the benefit of not just us, but a whole lot of other people. There's something beautiful coming. Can't get into all the details yet, because like you said, there are some folks throwing evil eye working, and but it eventually, family, you will know, because it's for you all. It's for everybody. But yeah, Healer of the Ages is here. Victory is here. And then third chakra, Archangel Chamuel. And that was something else that we had to learn how to do. We're in separation, but we're grown folks with grown people needs. But we learned in taking the relationship seriously, we both made a simultaneous and a mutual decision to become celibate and harness that energy with intention toward manifestation. Now, don't cry for me, Argentina, because guess what? When you start really cleansing and doing the work and become telepathic, your adult life can be very lit. So, like I say, I'm not missing anything except a physical body. But we use that with intention to build something using like this. We understand that a divine union is not just for our own satisfaction. There is a purpose for that. Now, Door to Spirit is here with Star, and we all know that is Aquarius energy. In the Lenormand, it's just that fame, notoriety, all of that. Door to Value with this mask, it had to stay hidden for a while, but the unmasking of it is what's going to lead to the celebration, the public recognition, and all that, and the door to value. Now, this stuck energy with this King of Cups, to get to this blossoming abundance, it requires cutting that off. The scythe is there. But there's the death too. Cutting off, death, rebirth. The stuckness had to be cut off. And then born into something else. Angel of Balance. And that's where you find the loyalty, the dog. This family scenario, balancing this root chakra, it is deep. It does go deep and deeper and deeper. I really, like I said, I hadn't realized how much of a wall I had closed my past behind until the past 2 years, when I had to go back into even more shadow work. Because there was, like you said, it's well, I keep saying, like I said, I'm sorry, that's a tick, a habit, whatever you want to call it. Sorry. But around 2020, when I really started sitting down and getting agitated with that stuff and was angry and couldn't figure out why, and it was the people that was around me. I had to understand I don't have a dramatic life. It was people around me bringing their trauma to me and kind of trauma dumping and dragging me into their stuff. And I got started shutting those doors down, and then things from my past and memories and a lot of things kind of unpleasant started surfacing, and you look at them and then you have to go back and look at them again, and they don't quite hurt so much because you're looking at it from a different perspective. And as you begin to heal it and get layers of it, you go back and look through it again, and it still doesn't take away from what happened, but you're seeing it completely different. And when that happens, you start seeing love in everything. And that does symbolize like eternal love, also bringing gifts, the cranes, the storks. But yeah, it could be bringing information. It can be bringing a lot of things. Spirit babies for some. I've seen those. Now I'm past the age of childbearing, but so was Sarah in the Bible. So I have no idea what that's all about, but I've been seeing them since 2019. This is a gift from the ancestors. It does require patience, but they're working with us. Sorry for picking at this. I know it's irritating to some people, but I had to do that. This was a touchy situation, and it could have gone either way. It was going either way for years. Some of these people have literally stuck in my life. Some of them, one of them, I never really had no business even allowing into my life, and I knew that. And it was a chaotic, strifeful relationship, friendship-ish, frenemyship, whatever, for 20 years because they refused to leave. And I just, like I said, didn't get strong enough, whatever it was, to change my number and say, hell no. But it should have been a resounding hell no. But when you're blinded and literally under forms of spell work and dealing with past trauma or not dealing with past trauma that makes you cling to stuff, like if codependency is nasty. I don't recommend it to nobody. With this victory situation, the writer is here. The writer brings information, adventure, a little bit of, like I said, a little fantasy there, rainbows, all of that. And here is this ring. Love, commitment, all what it symbolizes, yeah. And it is precious. It's ruby. And the clover is lucky. Now we have, this is divinely ordained courthouse. It's something official. There's also some official things that have to happen. Like I said, in this case, we are from different sides of the world. There are passports and immigration law and all of that stuff. But it's not nothing that can't be overcome. But that did come out in the first position. Courtship, sudden wealth, child, again, not necessarily a physical child, although we both do have children. Mine are grown. But this is new ventures. This is new ideas. It may be spirit babies. And again, if this resonates and applies for more than, then it may actually be children. It's interesting because I don't turn my deck all kinds of ways, but thoughts came here in the reverse. And it's here with this 3 of Swords, 4 of Cups, and this deep scenario with this. But Spirit says enough already. Get out of your head. Get out of your head. And that was the theme of what the reading, like I said, that led me to do this reading. She was like, what's keeping you stuck? What's stopping you? Get out of your head. You're ready. Stop it. The love situation, again, we want it. That's not even an issue because he wants it as badly as I do. But up until this point, we were being spiritually stopped. However, again, the deck I have is normally not flipped. But this came out as the imprisonment card in reverse. It's ending. The ancestors said, you finally get the lesson. Ta-da! You're doing the work. Keep doing what you're doing. It does require some patience because things are being lined up. But it's leading to marriage. Message of concern came out in reverse. Again, get out of your head. You heard about these things. You learned about it. You were worried about it for a time. Stop worrying about it. It's on the way. This Three of Wands, victory with the Rider. What are you still worried about? It's a spiritual gift. With the Ace of Swords here, that's the truth. So who cares when it's coming? And it may not even come the way you thought it was. And for me, that's huge because what I saw was profound, and I don't care to necessarily share it here right now. But when you see something like that, you can't unsee it in your mind's eye. So when it doesn't happen and it doesn't happen, you're not hanging to it and sad. But when you're coming out of a financial cycle and trying to rebuild from nothing, and you've been shown something so big that you don't even know how to wrap your head around it, unless it does entail a windfall to start that rolling. All you can do is take the baby steps you can do, and that's what we're doing. We don't know when it's coming, but we're trying to be ready to be ready. You know what I'm saying? And like they say, there is no try, right? Now, I started pulling oracle cards, and again, I haven't pulled from these decks in a while, and especially for myself, but I had to because we were going there. True love, this is the romance of a lifetime. Soulmate, yes, this is your soulmate. New love, a new person has stirred your romantic feelings. Trust, this situation is calling you to have faith. Finances and career, financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. And yes, like I said, that was the thing that kept us apart. We didn't understand that it was divinely guided to work that way, but that was the thing for the longest. Now I'm laughing because the thing that led to me cutting that King of Cups, those situations out, it happened a little over a year ago, was this deck right here. All these beautiful cards, everything in this deck isn't positive. Now they came out nice today, but for the longest, every time I picked up this deck, this card right here would come flying out of it, release your ex. And I hadn't seen it, and I'm shuffling through the deck, and I'm like, if this damn card come out, especially since I saw that on the table, and no sooner than I had that thought, release your ex came right on up out. The time has come to clear your energy. And the reader that I was listening to was reminding me, one of them, at least one of these people in my past, is still sending some kind of energy my way. And she didn't have to remind me because I can feel it. And I know they watch my channel. So guess what? If you're watching, I can feel it. I am not going to call you. I am willfully ignoring it. I've done the work that Spirit led me to do to cut that stuff off. And if you understood how serious my spiritual team is and how petty my ancestors truly are, you should stop now for your own sake. Because I didn't send you anything ugly, but I'm telling you, everything you tried to send to me has long since been sent back to you, wrapped in love, but sent by Archangel Michael and Archangel Raphael, and they ain't quite as loving as I am. Sorry to make that detour for the rest of y'all watching, but I know for a fact that some of these people watch this, and I didn't ever think I'd have a rant like that, because I hear readers go through that sometimes, and I didn't understand why, because they know they got monitoring spirits around them. But back to the good stuff, this is a past life relationship, and we've been shown it. We know it. We understand it. We have known each other before. We both had family issues to heal. I don't know about what all he had to go through, but I know for sure I did, so I can't pretend like I didn't. And then it says, give your relationship a chance. Work on your partnership, or work on partnership. And I think that was part of the hold up too. Become both people, anybody, but if you're coming out of codependency and you're trying to find a real relationship, you have to heal certain things so that you can come together with healthy interdependence. Because truthfully, codependency is just the sick side. It's the one-sided of what interdependence is supposed to look like. Empaths get sucked in very easily because they're very giving, generous people, especially if giving is your love language. And you don't realize you're casting your pearls before swine until you're neck deep into giving and realize you've been giving to somebody that's lovely. They love seeing you give because they ain't going to give you nothing. You got to heal that stuff so that you don't carry that kind of bitterness or jadedness into the next situation, because relationships are never going to be 50-50. Sometimes you're going to have to carry 80 and they're going to have 20. Sometimes they're going to carry 90 and you got 10. Sometimes you might not have 0 and they got 100. Sometimes they might not have 0 and you got 100. But you got to do it with a generous spirit and not allow the toxicity of the stuff you had to cut off and heal from to jade you. You can't carry the sins of your ex on to your next. And until you heal that, you can't have this kind of love come in. However, when you do the work, the angel answers say within the next few months, there is an opportunity coming in that's going to go to your benefit. There is perfect timing. So timing was definitely involved. It wasn't the right time, and apparently still not, because I'm sitting here with my still current digs. But you're ready, and it is coming. It's just some timing issue in there. But a year from now, it's going to line up if you believe, and then don't stop. Now, Archangel Michael says, let go of fear now. So the prayer is, Archangel Michael, please help me feel safe and deserving of your guidance. Thank you for clearing me of heavy, toxic, or ego-based thoughts or feelings. Honor and trust your feelings. Thank you, Archangel Michael, for supporting, guiding, and protecting me as I listen to and act upon my feelings. Help me understand and express my emotions with love. Yeah. Because, and I think that's the thing that they expected me to argue and wrangle and all. I stopped doing that a long time ago. And again, I don't wish anybody or anything that I have to let go of any harm whatsoever. I let go with love. But I also learned to trust my feelings and know that I have to let go. Period. Because if that's standing in the way of what you got coming to you, are you just going to hang on to it anyway just because they want to? I don't think so. Did that long enough. It's over with. Angel Therapies came out. Books. Your life purpose involves writing, reading, editing, or selling spiritually based books. If you get nervous, focus on service. Put your entire intention on answering the question, how can I make the world a better place? And the law of attraction will automatically take care of your needs. You are profoundly clairvoyant. Trust what you see in your mind's eye as well as with your physical sight, for your spiritual vision helps you with healing, teaching, and guidance. Manifestation power. Use your spiritual gifts and natural abilities to attract your desired outcome. Twin flame. The answer to your question involves a spiritually based romantic relationship. Shield yourself. Protect yourself from harsh or fear-based energies by envisioning a cocoon of healing light surrounding you. You are a powerful light worker. It is safe for you to be powerful. Your spiritual power brings great blessings in loving service to the divine. Singing and dancing. Express yourself and awaken your psychic senses through the magical power of music and movement. Crown chakra. Pay attention to your ideas as they are messages of true divine guidance sent in answer to your prayers. Vacuum away fear. Call upon Archangels Michael and Raphael to lift fear-based energy from you, your surroundings, this situation, and everyone involved. And then Archangel Michael came with the healing angel is with you, supporting your healing work. Now, I also pulled from, I think these are the Masters of Light, Lord Shiva, Transcendence, rise up, honor your inner force, steps are being given, dance with the universe. The Shekinah, the sacred self, unleash your spirit, express your gifts, dance to the sacred rhythm of life. And it's funny because I got some work that I need to do on my knees and some chiropractic work, all the rest of that. So my mobility is a little jacked right now, but I do understand that movement is key, and that was one of the things that I'm really having to go make an effort to get into. I can't dance. Y'all ain't gonna see that part. But I can turn on. I'm a dance star in here with the blinds closed, of course. And then Krishna, devotion. Trust your spiritual guidance. Your commitment has been recognized. You are loved unconditionally. Master Jesus, forgiveness. You are on the path of light, love, and forgiveness. Father, healing is possible at this time. Cool. Dharma unfolding. Remember that you are on a path. Take one step at a time to happiness. Isis, magic manifesting. Your dreams, visions, and goals are becoming reality. Stay focused. And these were pretty significant for me. I mean, all of the Masters of Light are kind of interesting, but as I started working with like the Vedic mantras and stuff, and some of the understandings that I've been having lately with Enki and all of that, and the Canaanitic religions and whatnot, Lord Shiva and Lord Krishna have played significantly in some of my spiritual understanding and direction along the way. And of course, I had to work closely with Yeshua. And I was delivered from Saint Germain, like literally into study under Cool. So I just found that interesting. And now, like I said, now that the focus is turning back toward the Anunnaki, Isis being there is very fitting. Yeah. Breathe. Came here with Archangel Raphael. Take several deep breaths and exhale slowly to awaken your energy and release old patterns. I do definitely need to get back to breath work. Man, I'm telling you, if you sit barefoot outside and start doing like infinity breathing or any kind of rhythmic breathing, but I particularly love grounding outside barefoot and begin to flow with the infinity breath, it'll take you someplace magical. And I really need to get back to doing that, especially before the ground starts getting too cold. Patience, Archangel Jophiel, your dreams are blooming more rapidly than you realize. Still, they need nurturing and patience. And it's interesting because patience was right here too. I think it's either here or here, but I think it was here. Clear your space along with vacuum away fear. Yeah. Archangel Jophiel, get rid of clutter, clear the energy around you, and use feng shui. Sensitivity, Archangel Haniel, you are extra sensitive to energies and emotions right now. Honor yourself and your feelings. Creative writing, here comes the writing again. Archangel Gabriel, make time to write down your thoughts in a journal or pen an article or book. Okay, well, look, me and the writing thing ain't big. That's why I'm starting to do videos more. But I know at some point I am going to have to sit down and write, but it's probably not going to happen while I'm still working the full-time job, especially not the one I got now. But we'll get to it, Spirit, I promise. They did tell me I got about 3 or 4 books in me that they will actually help me write if I can get the space clear to do it. But I got to get some of this other stuff rolling first. But there is a career transition. Archangel Chamuel, with that sacral chakra, your life purpose is triggering a blessed career change. Amen to that. Who would have thunk it? Divine order. Everything is how it needs to be right now. Look past the illusion and see underlying order. And y'all, with my religious upbringing, the last thing that I thought I would ever want to be was any kind of a public mouthpiece about anything spiritual. I stayed hidden for ages because of my upbringing. I didn't want to do that. I was embarrassed about it. I felt all types of ways over the traumas that I dealt with in the cult. That's a whole nother video. But I'm being called to serve, and in serving, I'm being called to speak. And Spirit says it's time. So I appreciate y'all listening to me. But this was the reading that I pulled. And again, like I said, it's a lot of cards because I was waiting for the phone to charge, and I'm just enjoying listening to the reading. And I got them here, so I pulled them, but it was such a beautiful message I had to share. And to my beautiful divine counterpart, I love you, sweetheart. The Spirit has spoken, so hey. For the rest of you family, I love you too. Please consider liking, sharing, subscribing. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and giving this video a thumbs up. And until the next cards hit the table, which will be in just a little while after I Palo Santo to space and pre-shuffle the cards. I'll be back here to pull some cards for you all, fam. But until then, I love you ever so much. Peace and blessings. Namaste.